Hi everyone, and welcome to my creative journal process. I'm following along the Junk Journal July prompts this month, and today I'm up to balance and stripped back. So these are prompts 9 and 10, and today I want to do those combined. So I want to make one full page spread that combines both balance and stripped back. So I have a vision for this one. Visions never turn out how you plan, do they? But I want to use this stamp from a Black Milk project. It's a very pretty stamp, and it's going to go in this corner, and then I want to just create some kind of something that's going to go across here to this top corner where I will put something similar to what's here. So I have some balance, but also keeping it really, really minimal. What I want to do first though is give myself a background, and I just want a very pale background. So I've got my Paul Rubens watercolors here, and I've just wet this blue one. I can't remember what it's called. And I want a really pale wash of this blue. So I'm just going to put a little bit in the middle of the page, and then I'm going to just wash it out. So these are pearlescent colors. So when they dry, even before they dry, they do have a really nice kind of shine to them. So all I'm really wanting from this method here, I really should be careful about how much water I'm putting on these Hobonichi pages. They really do pick up the water very nicely, but I don't want the page to be too buckled because I am going to stamp on it. But I have some ideas around how I'm going to get around that. So I just want to make both pages kind of similar so that we do have that balance between the two pages. And then I'm just going to let this dry. And we will come back later with these pearlescent colors and do some splatters as well, just to have some little highlights throughout the page. So it looks like I've got a little bit of beading here. I'm just going to use this paper towel, see if that, yeah, that just got rid of most of that. So I think I'll just leave it there, let this dry off, and then we'll come back and get started on the next part. Before we go, can we see any shine there? You can kind of see this shimmer on this page is a little bit drier. That's kind of the level that I want. So, okay, I'm gonna let this dry. I'm back in just a sec. Actually, while that's drying, I think I might prep the stamp situation. I actually have some tissue paper here that I grabbed from my gift wrapping section. And I thought, since this is going to be crumpled paper, you know, stamping doesn't work so well on crumpled paper, as I've discovered the hard way. I thought I might just stamp it onto tissue paper and then attach that to the page. I'm just going to take a portion. Okay, so I have this stamp, as I said, from Black Milk Project, and I'm using some VersaMagic chalk ink in the color Night Sky. So as you can see, I'm definitely going for a blue theme here, and I've used this ink on this stamp before in my traveler's notebook, and it looks really nice. I really love the blue. So I kind of want to center it because I want to tear around it. Yeah, that's a perfect impression. Oh, I love it. It is such a beautiful stamp. She makes the best stamps. I can get them from Bookbinders Design here in Melbourne, and online, of course. I'm just going to do a couple of stamps just in case I make a mess. Oh, and you can see here it's gone through to my bench underneath. All right, so I'll let those dry and I'll do a bit of cleanup. Okay, so my plan is pretty simple. It's just to put this in the bottom corner of my page, and then I'm going to have some splatters leading up to some birds and things at the top. So I think I just want to tear this down. Okay, so this tissue paper tears very well this way, but this way it keeps wanting to tear across. In fact, I've torn into the actual image there. So I might have to cut this side. What if I started it with the scissors? Let's see. No, see, it still wants to tear off in that direction. So I think we're just going to have to cut it down. So it's okay with that one side looking nice and whimsical, but the other sides I think I'm going to have to keep straight. Let's try with another one. I might just cut this in half. Just to protect one. I think I'll leave that one until I decide what I would like to do with it. And then this one, so if I can start from far away so I don't tear the actual picture. Okay, so I've managed to tear this one far too close, so I think he's pretty ruined. This one looks okay still. And then this one I have deliberately not touched in case I want to keep it straight and when I place it on to the book. So the book is mostly dry, not quite. It's just a little sort of dampish. So I'm thinking this is going to sit in the corner. Maybe it's this one with those flyaway edges. That could work. And then what I want to do next, and I won't put this down yet because I'm not quite finished, is I want to create some kind of splatter across the page up into this section here. So I want to keep this bottom corner free of splatter. I think just the very corner, just here. And I think I want to keep these edges free as well, just the very edges. So I kind of want to create that movement towards the middle of the page, from one side to the other. So I'm just going to put that across there. Maybe I'll just grab a bit of washi tape. This is potentially a bit of overkill, but I just want to kind of have an idea of what I want. So I'll see if it works. If it doesn't, then I'll just remove the papers. Okay, it's no problem. But let's just create this little window and mask off the rest. And then I'll bring in my paint. And I'm going to go with that same blue, but this time have it much more concentrated. And see if we can, yeah, very nice. Just get some splatter across there. And I also want to do the silver. And I've got a really dark, kind of dark purple here, almost black. I thought that might be a nice bit of dimension to add to this as well. Let's see. Yeah, so I might be a little sparing with that one. Okay, I think that's what I'm after. Let's move our paints away and we'll take away our window. All right, so that kind of leaves me with what I was after, just some spattering of color, and then this little stamp can sit in this corner. And then what I'm going to do at the other end is I have these transfer stickers with these birds on them. So I thought I would just put a little collection of birds at the top there, not many, just a couple. And that'll be that. The only thing is whether I want to add some kind of splatter here as well, but I think that's part of the balance that I'm talking about here. I want to have my two images in the corner, collection of birds, and then the girl with the butterfly. And then we'll have this sort of negative space in these corners. And then the idea is the splatter will draw the eye towards the two corners. So that's what I'm thinking. It might be madness, but that's where I'm at right now. So I'm going to just put my little washi dispenser on this corner here to hold that page down, let it dry properly. I might just put my scissors on this side because that page is starting to get very warped, which is okay. I'm okay with warped pages. I might just grab my paper towel again and just pick up those bigger blobs that are just seem to be just water. Okay, this one might be a bit big. All right, we will let that dry. Okay, I think we're dry. Let's take this away and see. Let's have also a closer look at that shimmery shine. Hopefully you can see that there. I can't really tell, but I can see it here. It's just beautiful. So next up is to place my pieces here, and I've gone ahead and cut out these little birds that I wanted to use, and I also cut around that larger piece as well. So we've got a couple of options. This one here, I think this one is out because it's just too close, or else we've got this one that is a lot more you know, nice around the edges, and I can't really tear it any further unfortunately because it's just too close. I think I prefer the torn one, so I'm going to use this one. Part of me wants to tear this top bit a bit further, but I'm just afraid that I'm going to make a huge mess if I do that. So I'm going to just use glue, which could be a bad idea, but let's just go with it. I'm going to use just a small amount. And if you know me by now, you know that I tend to like to leave the torn edges to just kind of float about. So I'm not going to worry about those little flyaway pieces. And let's place this down in this corner here. Okay, there she is. Let's zoom you in a little bit. All right, so she's just in that corner there, and now simply all I'm going to do, and I want to keep this as simple as possible, right? The theme today is stripped back. So I'm just going to grab these birds. I'm kind of thinking they're just going to sit at the top here. This little palette was sitting behind that blue one, so I thought that could just go up there just to add a bit of extra color. And then I kind of want to just sit these together. I've got a tiny one as well. I thought maybe it could go here. I might do the tiny one last and decide. And also that palette as well. So here's our moment of truth. We'll see if this goes onto our page nicely. I think just there. So the back of this page here is quite bumpy because of all of those journal spreads underneath it. So I'm really hoping that this transfers well. Okay, here's our moment of truth. It's also transferring onto watercolor as well, which I don't think I've done before, but it's done it perfectly. Yay, I love these transfer stickers. All right, so I'm thinking maybe I'll cascade these down a little actually, now that I'm looking at it, just to sort of draw the eye back towards the butterfly girl. There's our second one. And then the little white one, sort of grey coloured, I guess. Not quite sure for this one. I'm thinking maybe we'll place it here. Yeah, I think we will. Yep, just there. There we go. And then if I want to use this little palette, I think I do. But I wonder if we don't want to use it all together. Maybe the greens. Okay, I think I'm just going to place them at the top here. Definitely the blues. No, let's just do them all. I'm committing. It's always a hard thing to do. Beautiful. Okay, there is our spread. Very minimal. Like I said, we're going with stripped back and balanced on this one, but I do still want to add a sentiment. I have these two sheets here. I think this one is from High Paper Clouds and this one is from Planned by Jessler. And I was thinking The Universe Has Your Back. I thought was a nice one for this. But actually, She Walks in Starlight in Another World also really grabbed me. And I do like that it has the colour, like colour to it in the background, this purpley colour. So I was just thinking it could sit across the middle, but I am going to split it. So the question is, do I just want it to split across the 2 pages like that, very close to the middle? Probably the simplest way, I think. I won't stick it right down until I'm absolutely happy with the placement. Yep, I'm happy. Okay, so that is that, I think. I'm second guessing these blank areas here, but I think it's okay. I like the negative space. I like the movement from, you know, across the page. I think I'm happy as is. So this is days 9 and 10, which are balanced and stripped back in the Junk Journal July prompts. And it's very different to all the others, right? And it has also that beautiful sparkle and shimmer of those iridescent paints or pearlescent paints from Paul Rubens. They're so pretty. Even the background itself has shimmer. Oh, I like it a lot. It's very different to the others where we're just putting in lots of papers and things and envelopes, all sorts of things. But I really like how it's messy, but it also has that kind of delicate quality to it. Okay, guys, let me know what you think of this one. It's different to all the others, like I said. I really like it. It's kind of what I like to do, and I'm keen to hear from you. All right, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you all again super soon. Bye.